Weapons, tobacco, cannabis.
$19,000 worth of cannabis, boxed and bagged, and now being seized by the city. The sex shop is now being hit with a $25,000 fine. So how do you make sure that they don't just go back to selling this stuff, in a month?
We have to make it more costly to stop you from opening than allowing you to stay open.
These inspections have become much more common since May, after Mayor Adams lobbied the state to raise the fines and give the sheriff authority to padlock an unlicensed cannabis shop on the spot without the go-ahead from Albany. Since then, the sheriff has issued more than $43 million in fines and shuttered more than 500 stores, including this arcade on Amboy Road.
Now, young people may come here to play a video game. Next thing you know, they're on the pathway of using cannabis.
But some smoke shop owners have filed a lawsuit against the city, arguing these raids are a violation of their due process rights.
Last Thursday, or depending on when you watch this, we had a video out concerning about a deli out in the Bronx and how it was shut down by the New York Sheriff's Department illegally, from what point we've gotten, and to the situation where you finding out that the way they were rushed out and stuff like that, it created a health hazard because food was left out to rot. And there is major lawsuits that are out there right now in New York City that there are people that are suing New York, especially Mayor Adams and New York Sheriff's Department, for the way they're handling the illegal pot shop situation. Now, here in Staten Island, we weren't able to get to this story on there. This was around the 4th of July when this was published. But we had a couple of raids here on Staten Island, a couple of them. And we're going to talk about what has happened on there through this article from the New York Post. A look inside New York City's law enforcement raids on illegal Staten Island pot shops. Authorities raided a pair of illegal Staten Island pot shops this week, including one secret stairway that led cops to an illicit basement stash. And the Post was there to witness the takedown. See, this was a all hands on deck as far as the media, the mayor, and all that. This was just a literally political situation here, that they were trying to advertise this all out to you, that we're doing our job. In a dingy subterranean room at Richmond Discounts and Associates in New Springfield, sheriff's deputies and cops found hundreds of neatly organized packages of cannabis products, including individual wrapped buds, jars of THC concentrate, 1,000 milligrams of sour belts, edible pouches, and packed Man brand vape pens. This is the machine Sergeant Craig McCoster of the New York City Sheriff's Office said about the operation, which was slapped with a $33,800 fine following the raid and padlock. They're selling volume. The Joint Task Force compromising the New York Sheriff's Office, NYPD, Department of Consumer and Worker Protection, also cracked down on the Nightcap Megastore, a sprawling complex stocked with vital containing pre-rolled joints, colorful jars stuffed with cannabis flower, and weed-infused cookies. And this was a sex shop, mind you. We wouldn't think that you would put this together. We had to stay on top of these guys, says Mayor Adams, who attended the Nightcap raid. We're going to stay committed to closing down these illegal shops. Following the Nightcap bust, officials seized $19,000 in cannabis products, along with unlicensed tobacco products, before padlocking the store and issuing $25,000 in fines, according to the mayor's office. The store's owner, retired NYPD officer Michael Rizzi, 52, was also arrested for the criminal weapon possession, over 1,000 of brass knuckles, that were uncovered during the raid, an NYPD spokesperson said. Again, realize that they did not have a warrant. They did not investigate it. They knew that this stuff was here. I guess somebody dropped the dime or to the situation that this is how they're finding them. But there was no judge order. There was no warrant to sign. Now, understand this. I do want these things closed. You know, I have no problem of being closed, but do it correctly. Don't violate the Constitution. And that's what they're doing. Reading on, we're finding guns and other drugs and mushrooms and the hallucinogens, Sheriff Anthony Miranda said. Rizzi, who sat in the store stone-faced during the raid, declined to speak to the New York Post. With just 57 licensed dispensaries operating in the Big Apple, and it's not only because that there's a lot of legal cannabis out there, OCM is not doing the job they're supposed to be doing. Law enforcement have continued to uphill battle to snuff out the roughly 3,400 illicit dank dens that have sprouted up since the New York legalization of marijuana in 2021. It's a lot more than that. Albany empowered authorities earlier this year with new tools to whack illicit weed sellers, including the ability to padlock illegal smoke shops for up to a year immediately after an inspection. These are inspections. Once again, these inspections are illegal. As much as they say that, no, we can do it, we're allowed to do it. You're not. You want to go in and inspect, but, you know, unless you got a warrant for the back room, you can't do it. If you have something in the front, something like that, you can charge them for that. Unless you got some, if they decline, they can decline it. You know, they don't have the right to go into your back room. You know, as much, like I said, as much as I would want these to be shut down, there's still the law. There's still the Constitution to the situation. Since then, the task force has shuttered 535 illicit shops, seizing $17.5 million in illegal cannabis products and doling out over $43 million in civil penalties, the mayor's office said. Now, how many, I'm going to tell you this, how many of those penalties have been paid? I bet none, because last time we spoke of this, basically some of these cases haven't gone to court. Now, Izzy's up in the Bronx has gone to court, and the judge, as far as I know, what was said to me is that sided with the store, because basically they went in there. It was a what do they call it? A lot of errors to the situation. The deli accidentally got their shipment to that location in the Bronx, which it should have gone to another location, which was in the state of Connecticut, which the owner of this particular store has a licensed cannabis in the state of Connecticut. They do have licensing, and that's another reason why it was dismissed. It's obviously it was an accident. Now we have more authority, and the impact is already being seen nationwide. No, it hasn't, Miranda said. You have locations closing down on their own. You have landlords taking action on their own. After inspecting storefronts, authorities will do more investigations, poring over shipment paperwork or false licensing to uncover potential connections to other illegal shops, Miranda said. There's always a follow-up investigation, financial investigation, on who's behind the locations and how much of their involvement in the cannabis business, he said. Locals cheered on this week's bust, which marked all of 173 illegal smoke shops on Staten Island as having been inspected by authorities, including 32 padlocks. 173, and they only padlocked 32. Think about that for a minute, Miranda said. People are trying to make $1, but they have to do it legally, retired waitress Ella Curaro, 72, told the Post outside Richmond Discounts and Accessories. On Friday afternoon, Nightcap announced it has been raided on its Instagram page, but vowed it will be reopening soon. Now, according to their Instagram, they claim that they will be reopening. They're still shut down as of the 16th of July, but this company's been around 22 years. I'll tell you this is how old this store is. And the thing about it is that the way this was done violates the Constitution, especially the 14th Amendment. Because, when when you do something like this, perfect example. If you ever see that where they're trying to get rid of drugs off the streets, New York, cocaine dealers and stuff like that, they have to send undercover in to investigate it, collect evidence to the situation, bring it to a district attorney. That district attorney goes to a judge, shows them what they have. A judge has to approve that, and then the police can go in and raid whatever place that it's happening to. Now, they're talking illegal smoke shops. This nightcap is a adult store. It is they sell lingerie and sex toys and stuff like that. Izzy's up in the Bronx is a deli, and they also have a a cellular store next door, which belongs to them. That cellular store wasn't shut down, but the deli was. It is not only smoke shops. This situation, this problem, it's cropping up in bodegas, delis, sex shops, anywhere where they can sell it. If you want to take this out, you have to investigate it. One way you if you want to stop it is stop the influx of the illegal stuff from across the border up all the way as far as Maine. And that's going up north, and as far as west is California. Remember, a lot of the stuff that's being grown, this is not coming from the legal part of it, is stuff that illegal Chinese growers are doing and cartel growers are doing. It always been that situation. But Mayor Adams, in his stupidity, thinking that, and of course the governor herself, Kathy Hochul, thinking that, we'll just bypass the law, give them the authority to do that. But see, the thing about it is that you're doing the crib notes of the freaking laws. You still need judges, you still need to the prosecution, to prosecute these things properly. You're going to have a lot of dismissals, and there has been dismissals. Understand that there have been dismissals. OCM court hasn't dealt with a lot of these issues. They haven't. Most of these stores are unpadlocked and back in business almost immediately. And if they're not in that same spot, they'll move to another one. They're going to go after the landlord. Well, the landlord, if the person says, what kind of place you're opening up? Oh, I'm opening up a deli. Oh, okay, that's no problem. You're not going to have anything illegal? No. Meanwhile, they're doing untaxed cigarettes. They're doing, edibles and all that, putting in there. The landlord can't stop them. The only thing to do is if the landlord finds out, okay, he may evict them. But he has to follow the law, the eviction law, and has to go to tenant court on that. The police cannot do that. They cannot evict someone on there. They can't sit there and say, well, they violated the law as far as, they're selling drugs and stuff like that. They can't on there. You may say, well, what about the squatters? Squatters is a different situation. You can't compare those two situations. What you do is you're comparing something to the point where someone is stealing someone's home, that someone already lives there or owns that property. It's a different situation. In this case, you're evicting people that are legitimately, understand, legally there. These are legal businesses that have tax paperwork on them, that they have occupation licenses, and you're shutting them down. In the cases where you have untaxed cigarettes, the edibles, all this constitutes is fines. That's all you can do. That's the reason why everything has been taking so long to do what it is. You have to follow the law. Now they don't want to follow the law. So comment below. Let me know your thoughts about this. I mean, this is of course, it's on Staten Island. We said that in the Bronx, after that whole situation with Bases Loaded and Izzy's Deli, 5 other stores were shut down in the neighborhood in Westchester in Rural Avenue. We know that for a fact. So let me know in the comments your thoughts. Don't forget to like and share this video, and hopefully today's the day I've earned your subscription. So until next time, thank you for tuning in, and bye-bye now.
Thanks for watching, commenting, and sharing this video. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe as this helps the reach of this channel. Finally, as a content viewer, you have the ability to help support this channel as new internet laws around the world will diminish our reach and affect our sponsors. If you choose to help, there are two ways listed in the description below. The first link will lead you to a pay site where you can make a monetary donation. The second will lead you to our gear shop where you can buy shirts, mugs, and other gear. Discounts will be listed on the site. Once again, thank you for watching and your support.